of the driver, because plane mirror forming laterally inverted image of the object. So here the reason is to be corrected in the front mirrors of the drivers. Next one. Convex lens is converging lens. Give reason. Convex lens is called converging lens. Try to think. Right. Because it collects light rays in point called focus. Okay. Convex lens collects light rays, so it's called converging lens. While concave lens diverge light rays, so it's called diverging lens. So here the answer is because it collects light rays in one point, which is focus. Next one. Short-sighted person is treated by concave lens. Okay, short-sighted person means the person can see near objects clearly and far objects not clear, and image is formed in front of retina. So here we want to treat this person, so we use concave lens for, try to think, perfect, to diverge light rays and form the image on the retina. To see clearly, image must be formed on the retina. So here we use some kind of concave lens to diverge light rays and form image on the retina. So here image will be clearly. Next one. Long-sighted person is treated by convex lens. Okay, it's the opposite. Here image in the case of long-sighted is formed behind the retina. So here image will not be clear. The reason is shortness of radius of eye, and eye length is less convex with a long or large focal length. So here we want to form the image on the retina. So we use convex lens for to converge light rays, and form the image on the retina. So it will be clear in this case. Next one. Light ray passes through center of curvature of concave mirror, reflects on itself. Okay, let's remember, light ray that falls parallel to the principal axis reflect in focus. Light ray that falls in focus reflects parallel, but light ray that fall in center of curvature of the mirror reflect on itself. Why? Try to think. Excellent. Because angle of incidence equal angle of reflection equal 0. Next one. The lens has two centers of curvature. Okay, in the case of mirrors have one center of curvature for concave and convex mirrors. But in the case of lenses, any lens has two centers of curvature. Why? It's related to the structure of the lens, right? Because it has two spherical surfaces, we can pretend that lens formed by intersection of two spheres. So it has two centers of curvatures. Next one. The focal length of the thick convex lens is less than thin convex lens. Focal length of the thick convex lens is less than thin convex lens. Why? Perfect. Because thick convex lens has a small radius, while thin convex lens has a large radius. So, in the case of a small radius, we have a small focal length. And in the case of large radius, we have a large focal length. Don't forget, focal length is the distance between optical center and focus. Next one. concave lens forming virtual image. Sometimes concave lens forming virtual image. Why? Perfect, because it can't be formed on a screen. In this case, here the object will be at distance less than focal length. Less than focal length. So, image is formed by intersection of extension of reflected rays. So, image here is virtual and can't be formed on screen. Next one. Sometimes distance is identical to the displacement. Okay, of course we knew that distance is the actual path that is covered by object, and displacement is a short straight line between 2 points. When distance is identical to displacement, try to think. Excellent. That is when the object is moving in a straight line between 2 points. In this case, distance will be equal to displacement. Don't forget, distance is a scalar quantity while displacement is vector quantity. Next one. The stability of Earth's rotation in an orbit around the Sun. Okay, what is the reason? What is the reason of rotation of all planets around the Sun? Try to think. Right, due to the attraction force of the Sun on the planets. Don't forget, increasing the distance between the planet and the Sun, decreasing attraction force and movement of planet will be slower. So here the reason is related to the attraction force of the Sun. Next one. The continuous expansion of the space. What is the reason of continuous expansion of the space? Okay, it's related to the theory of Big Bang that explained the origin of the universe. So, here due to the high pressure that produced from the Big Bang theory states that universe was very small gaseous ball with high pressure and temperature and small volume. Through Big Bang, process of expansion and changing started till now to form galaxies, stars, and all the universe. Next one. Distance in space is not measured by kilometers. Distance in space are not measured by kilometers, of course, because distance between celestial objects or stars are very large, so it's difficult to be measured by kilometers. So we use new unit called light year. Don't forget, light year is distance covered by light in 1 year. Next one. Galaxies are moving away from each other. What is the reason for moving of galaxies away from each other? It's scientific fact, by the way. Try to think. Right, due to the expansion of universe after the Big Bang. Due to expansion of universe after Big Bang. Next one. Our galaxy is called Milky Way. By the way, our galaxy is a spiral galaxy, and solar system is located in one of the spiral arms of this galaxy. Okay, what is the reason of our galaxy is called Milky Way? Try to think. Right? Because it appears in the sky as splashing milk, so we call it Milky Way galaxy. Our galaxy is one of galaxies that form our universe, and there are more than 100,000 millions of galaxies in the universe. Next one. Separation of gaseous circles from nebula in the nebular theory. Okay, nebular theory, a theory made by the scientist Laplace to explain the origin of the solar system. Okay, give reason. Separation of gaseous circles from nebula. What is the reason? Try to think. Right, due to fast rotation and centrifugal force. Due to fast rotation of nebula and centrifugal force. Nebula was a big gaseous, glowing gaseous sphere, rotation around itself called nebula. As the time passes, nebula lost its heat, so its size decreased and revolving speed increased. So it turned into flat rotating disk, and due to centrifugal force, it formed rotating gaseous circles. Next one. Sexual reproduction is a source of genetic variation. Sexual reproduction is a source of genetic variation. Okay, we have two types of reproduction, sexual and asexual. Sexual includes two parents, and asexual reproduction, one parent only. In the case of sexual reproduction, here the offspring is produced from two parents, male and female, and combine genetic traits from two sources. So, why sexual reproduction is a source of genetic variation? Try to think. Right? Because the offspring gets his genetic traits from two sources, or combine genetic traits from two sources, male and female. And of course, due to crossing over phenomenon in gametes formation. Crossing over is a process in which inner chromatids of tetrad in prophase 1 in meiosis division exchanged to form new genetic arrangement. This is an important factor for variation between members of the same species. Next one. The chromosomes number of gametes is just n. Okay, somatic cells or normal cells include 2n chromosomes. 2n in human means 46 chromosomes, but in the case of gametes, like sperm of male and ovum of female, it contains just n, or half number of chromosomes, which is equal in human 23 chromosomes. Okay, what is the reason? Try to think. Right. Because it produced from meiotic division, and after fertilization with another gamete N, zygote is formed that contains again complete number of chromosomes, which is 2n. So sperm N and ovum N forming zygote 2n, or in other words, sperm or male gamete 23 chromosomes and ovum or female gamete 23 chromosomes forming zygote that contains 46 chromosomes, which is the complete number of chromosomes in the human body. Next one. The acceleration may sometimes decelerate. Okay, acceleration means changing speed of object in 1 second, and we have many cases. Increasing the speed called positive acceleration and decreasing the speed called negative acceleration. So here, because moving object decreases its speed, so in this case it's called deceleration or negative acceleration. In this case, by the way, v1, which is initial speed, is greater than v2, which is final speed. Next one. The crossing over in meiosis division leads to variation of genetic traits. Okay, it happens in meiosis division in prophase 1, when each two homologous chromosomes get near to each other to form a structure called tetrad, and the inner chromatids of tetrad exchange some parts. Why? To form new genetic variation. So here, due to exchanging some parts of inner chromatids in the tetrads to change the arrangement of genetic traits for variation among members of the same species. Next one. New individuals produced from asexual reproduction are similar or identical to their parents. Okay. In the case of sexual reproduction, the offspring combine traits from two parents, so causes variation. But in the case of asexual reproduction, the offspring contains identical copy of their parents. Why? Perfect, because asexual reproduction occurs by only one parent and depends on mitotic division. No crossing over, no gamete formation. So here, the offspring receives identical copy of genetic trait of this one parent. Give reason. Concave mirror is used in solar oven. Concave mirror is used in solar oven. Of course, the answer related to the properties of concave mirror. So, the answer is because it collects and concentrates light rays to generate heat. By the way, concave mirror is called converging mirror because it collects light rays. So, in this case, it can collect and concentrate sunlight in one point which is focused to generate heat that's used to cook and heat the food. Okay, our problems. Don't forget, in our problems, don't forget to write the rule, the calculation, the answer, and the measuring unit. So, let's start. Boy on a bike covered 300 meters in 1 minute and 20 meters in the next minute. So, calculate its speed at the first minute. Okay, speed is distance over time. Distance over time. And in our problems, if we have the time in minutes, we must convert it into seconds. So 1 minute contains 60 seconds. So let's calculate the speed of the boy in the first minute. So speed equal distance over time. So 300 over 60, which is 1 minute, equals 5 meters per second. So the speed at the first minute is 5 meters per second. The measuring unit of speed here is meter per second. Okay. Speed at the second minute. Of course, we will write the rule. Speed equals distance over time. So here, the distance in the second minute is 20 meters, and the time also is 60 seconds because it's 1 minute. So the answer is 0.3 meter per second. 0.3 meters per second. Next one. Average speed during the total time. Here the total time is 2 minutes. And average speed is total distance dividing by total time. So here, average speed, total distance divided by total time, and equal 300 plus 20 over 60 plus 60. So the answer is 2.66 meter per second. Also, the measuring unit of average speed is meter per second. Next one. A car covers distance 50 kilometers in 2 hours. Find the speed of the car. Okay, in our problems, we must matching between units. Here, the speed, the distance is in kilometers, distance in kilometers, and time in hours. So they are related to each other. So the speed of the car, speed equal distance over time, it's the rule. 50 over 2 equal 25 kilometers per hour. By the way, kilometers per hour also is one of the measuring units of the speed. Next one. Car start its motion from rest. Start motion from rest. So here, the initial speed, or V1, equals 0. And after 4 seconds, which is the time, its speed becomes 12 meters per second. Its final speed, or V2. Calculate its acceleration. To find acceleration, we must have the time and initial speed and final speed. So here, acceleration equal V2 minus V1 over time. V2 final speed, V1 initial or starting speed, and T the time between them. So 12 minus 0 over 4 equal 3 meter per second power 2. 3 meter per second power 2. Don't forget, the measuring unit of acceleration is meter per second power 2 or kilometer per hour power 2. Next one. Student takes time of 10 minutes to transfer from home to his school by speed 2 meters per second. What is the distance between his home and school? Okay, here in this problem we want to calculate the distance. So we must have time and speed. Okay, we have a speed here which is 2 meters per second, no problem. But here the time is 10 minutes. So we must convert it into seconds first to calculate the distance. So distance equal speed multiplying time. Speed is 2 meters per second and time 10 minutes times 60 equal 600 seconds. So now we can calculate distance. 2 times 600 equal 1,200 meters. The distance between home and school is here 1,200 meters. Racer covers 50 meters northward in 30 seconds. Okay, we have here distance and time. Then 100 meters eastward in 60 seconds. Another distance, another time. Then 50 meters southward in 10 seconds. How long is the total distance that racer moved? Okay, total distance we have here. This person moved from A to B to C to D and stopped. So total distance, distance from A to B, total distance from A to B is 50 meters. From B to C, 100 meters. From C to D is 50 meters. So here, total distance covered by object is 200 meters. 200 meters. Okay. What is the average speed of the racer? Okay, average speed is total distance divided by total time. Okay, we have total distance which is 200 meters. What about total time? Okay, total time, time from A to B 30 seconds, from B to C 60 seconds, from C to D 10 seconds. So total time is 100. So average speed 200 over 100 equal 2 meters per second. 2 meters per second. Find the displacement. Find the displacement. Okay, here the object or the body starts from A to B to C to D and stopped. So displacement is the straight line between starting point and final point. So here displacement is 100 meter. Displacement is 100 meter. And of course in east direction or from A to D, don't forget in displacement we must write the magnitude, which is 100 here, and the direction in east direction, because displacement is a vector quantity that needs magnitude and direction. Dear students, at the end of our lesson, don't forget the main concepts of motion, and in solving our problems, don't forget to write the rule, the answer, the calculation, and the measuring unit. Thank you very much, and till we meet again, goodbye.